Sorry for the wait on this one, guys. I'm about as good at delivering new videos as Donald Trump is delivering political promises. Okay, so this is a quick guide on how to undervolt using ThrottleStop. You can use Intel XTU. I like ThrottleStop because I can make it work every time Windows boots. XTU, to the best of my knowledge, doesn't let you do that. So let's go ahead and get started. First things first, you're going to want to download ThrottleStop, obviously. I go from Tech Power Up. I believe they're the people who actually make it. So grab that. It's going to be a folder or a zip. Once you extract, just open throttlestop.exe and you should see what's on the screen here. Don't be overwhelmed by all the fancy buttons and switches and everything. At the top, there's 4 radio buttons, one for performance, game, internet, and battery. You can do custom power profiles on this, but we're just going to worry about performance for now. I can totally explain why later. So once you have performance picked, on the bottom right, you're going to click the button labeled Fiver. No idea what it stands for. It's just really fun to say Fiver. This is the window where you can fine-tune your turbo boost frequency, your voltages, and so on. What you're going to look at is the core voltage. So at the top, make sure core is selected. Now you can fine tune the agent, the analog I/O, and the GPU, but the core is where you're going to have the most effect. You need to set it to offset. What this is going to do is it's going to take the voltage that the VRMs are giving the processor and lower it by a certain amount. Now, I don't have my GS63 VR anymore. I'm actually on a MacBook. Yeah, I know. Let me have it. So the only number that's going to be relative to what you're looking at is going to be the offset here. This is going to be for the 6700 HQ or the 7700 HQ. Now, when I had my MSI laptop, I had the Skylake version, so the 6700 HQ. However, from what I've read, the offset is kind of similar for Kaby Lake. So if you have a 7700 HQ, you can try similar around this too. If it blue screens, just go back into ThrottleStop and dial it back towards 0 a little bit. So you're going to want to set it to about negative 140 millivolts, and you're going to change the thing at the bottom right to save as soon as you hit OK. Now, once you hit OK, it's not going to look like anything immediately changed, and that's okay. What you're going to want to do now is open up a game or something intensive and see if there's a difference. It would help to get a baseline before you do this of what it was at your stock voltages, meaning to get a good baseline of what your temperatures and voltages were before this. You can see the differences in CPU-Z in any temperature monitor just to see if there's a big difference, and believe me, there will be. Now, ThrottleStop has an integrated setting to launch it with Windows and make it sit in the taskbar. There's only one problem. It's about as useful as turn signals on a BMW, so not really. So if you want to make this boot with Windows, you're going to want to open up Task Scheduler. On the top right, you're going to see a button that says Create New Task. Click that, give it a name. ThrottleStop works since it's for ThrottleStop. For triggers, you're going to activate it when the computer starts. You're going to start a program, and then you're going to select ThrottleStop. Now, I would recommend putting ThrottleStop, the whole entire folder, somewhere safe, like Documents or somewhere like that. It defaults to the Downloads folder if you haven't changed that in your web browser, and I personally purge my Downloads folder a lot. At the final screen, you're going to want to check the box that says Open the Properties dialog when I hit Finish. That'll just make your life a little easier and save a few seconds because we got to customize this. On the first tab, you're going to check Run this whether I'm logged in or not. You need to give it the highest privileges because it accesses UAC or User Account Control. And I don't think it matters to change the compatibility mode. I just did it in Windows 10 just to be safe. Triggers and actions, you don't need to change anything. They should look like what I have here. And on conditions, you are going to take away everything. Some of the buttons are grayed out. Check the button above them, uncheck the one that was grayed out, and then uncheck the one that was above it. You should have nothing checked on this screen. Check. Next tab, uncheck everything that is not allow this task to be run on demand. For history, JK made you look. Go ahead and hit OK. You'll need to enter your password, and it should be ready to go once you restart Windows. So a last little piece of advice is how to get this off of your taskbar, because even though ThrottleStop has an option to do it, my dog could do a better job of getting it off the taskbar, and I don't have a dog. On Windows 10, unless you've changed it, there's a button on the bottom left that'll actually show your virtual desktops. All you have to do is drag the ThrottleStop window to desktop 2. If you don't see a desktop 2, all you have to do is click the bottom right to make a new one, drag it over there, and you never have to worry about it again. So once again, I am really sorry this video took so long. I got rid of my MSI, and apparently ThrottleStop does not work on Ryzen. Big surprise, something not being fully compatible with Ryzen. So I actually installed this on Boot Camp on my MacBook. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to help, and I'll probably be a lot quicker than it took to get this video up. And thank you so much for your patience.